It's Young, the one who do it. Numbers don't lie. That's the movement. Now let's get to it. We got a whole bunch of situations that we got to break down about this Jay-Z GQ interview. It's a whole lot of situations that this has brought up on the rap community. One of those has been Jay-Z talking down about battle rap and really competing in its essence. But before we get to all of that, we got to get to this the introduction song for y'all that don't know that y'all that's new to the channel, Numbers Don't Lie Network. Let's get to it. I'm energized. Oh, wait. Let me get that in the headphones. Can we get that in the headphones? Let's start that joint over. I'm energized. Women lie. On God, numbers don't. Started talking about moves. That's right when she got close.
We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. Mm-hmm. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now, people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes. No matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
Just to interrupt real quick, y'all. If y'all heard the song in the intro, I don't tell many people this. That's my track, actually. I'm a songwriter, ghostwriter, artist, all of that. I go by the name of Young Niss. Make sure y'all go look for that. If you're interested, it's called Different Vibe. It's on all platforms now as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna bring that back to the top. It seemed like the volume was a little bit low. If y'all see anything or hear anything that's out of whack, let me know.
Started talking about moves.
Get it right
When she got close.
We love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. Mm-hmm. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it. You almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now, people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music. With collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing in it.
Yo, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Hove the same guy who said I left condoms in your baby seat? Who was talking about somebody's baby mother? I could have swore that was the same Jay-Z, man. Now he's talking about people are taking it too far. They attacking people's families. They loved ones. It's going outside of the music. These guys watched you. These guys watched your blueprint. You was the salty dude that was, you just couldn't take a loss. I think he dropped another diss to Nas maybe a year or so later on Blueprint. These thoughts have been your thoughts since you've been on that other side. And you took that L, man. You got to learn how to take an L. Now you're talking about sparring with music. You didn't spar with no music when it mixed. It was ducking that verses. You that can battle you when it comes to the verse. Everybody does their thing, but you on such a different level. Definitely. He definitely said that. I got to real quick. Let me find that clip real quick. So we could see Jay-Z definitely was talking heavy about doing the verses. Do y'all remember that joint? Does anybody remember that? Let's find that clip right quick. Because I really don't believe that. I don't believe that there's nobody in the world that can mess with Jay-Z. That's crazy. But if there was, I feel like he waited for them to pass away. I really do. That's my personal opinion. I feel like most of his competition is in the grave. And he wasn't talking up or talking crazy. His whole energy was different when DMX was alive. I feel like he was not as loud as he is right now. Do I got that clip? Do I got the clip of Jay-Z? Anyway, let's skip that for now. We'll get back to that. We'll come back to that. We got a lot to cover. Drake is you, man. Be honest.
I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know it.
How you hate that you have a point of view? How you have a point of view and then say I hate it? I hate my point of view. It's disgusting, but I'm gonna spew it anyway. Come on, bro. I hate this. I hate this version of Jay-Z. I'm gonna just be the first to say that, man. I hate this version of Jay-Z who he's just not even part of the culture no more. You could hear it, you could feel it, you could see it. It's just not the same. He's not part of hip hop.
I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it.
Look, before I go in, I want to get your 2 cents.
Watched it.
So we Loaded Lux, Luck, and Mickey Fex. Loaded Lux, if y'all don't know, he's an actual battle rapper. He's in the battle rap culture. A lot of accomplishments. So let's see what he thinks about. I think Jay-Z even shared the Let's Get This Work in his one battle.
3 times. So we about to talk about this Jay-Z shit real quick. I gotta get out of here in 7 minutes. But look. So he said he thinks that battling should be removed from the entire space. And he feels that way because of how niggas reacted after. Right. He don't like that niggas just trying to ruin a marriage or bringing kids into it. He ain't like that side of it. He want the fans to really look at it from a perspective of, Drake lost, Kendrick won. Let's move on. And have, if you're a Drake fan, fuck with Kendrick. If you're a Kendrick fan, fuck with Drake. The headlines is making it saying, let's remove the whole thing, and it's making it sound like let's get rid of battling altogether.
But Mick, he kind of did say that though at the end of that.
He did say that, he did, but he said it because of the fans.
But he got to clear that up. You just can't make a bold statement like that. Like with all respect, I love Hov. You know what I'm saying? We all
I know.
Hov.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's the skill set, right? And he need to. That's the thing. That's the driving force. Even when him and Nas did it, you know what I'm saying? Like we did that backlash. That wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really have a dog in that fight. But whether you chose Jay-Z or you chose Nas, I don't see none of them careers where fans was picking and choosing like, oh, I'm fucking with Nas, so I can't fuck with Hov.
Right.
Or I'm fucking with Hov, so I'm not fucking with Nas. Like, nah, it ain't that. And that's my thing. Now, if they pull it out of context to where now, okay, it's just the politics, or you going at somebody's character, or you just don't like somebody, that's where it's wrong. But if we talking about the steel sharpening steel, and the skill set of it, that's my thing. Nigga, we've been battling forever. Right. Hov been battling forever. Right. I don't know if this got something to do with the energy in the air. Like, I don't know if it's softening certain things, but like we war babies, and you talking about battling. My thing is that element, when you go in there, all things are on the table. I just, my thing is keep it in the space of the skills. Now, if they just talking shit, like, that's why when 50 was just doing all the shit, when he dropping shit, 50 just like it's like he trolling.
So me, I think what's going on with this whole situation is they trying to make it like the NBA. You know, when the NBA got a lot more soft, when they made more money, there became more regulations. You had to wear suits. You can't really foul that crazy anymore. You don't see as many fights. You don't see really any fights. And if you do, people get fined so crazy that it's just not worth even trying to commit anything. So, you know, the flagrants is different. The regular fouls is different. They just trying to soften it up because there's so much money involved. So really, when you get money, you lose culture. Culture is ruined by money. It's like when you gentrify a neighborhood, it's going to be different. It is what it is. I don't know what we can do to get it back, but it's like, if it's going to continue to generate money and be about money all the time, then yeah, league owners, which I would compare that to the labels, they're going to make sure everybody gets in line, and they're going to get a person like Jay-Z to go send a message to everybody. And that's what we're seeing going on right now, is he's sending a message. He don't look like he wants to say this stuff, but he has to say it because of all the commitments that he has and all the legal trouble he's in. That's just what I think.
And doing all like that.
That's not battling. That's not battling.
That's not battling. That's not going in your mind to work. My thing is, if we're gonna put our minds to work and go to higher channels, sharpen steel, and let's get the higher spaces of ourselves.
Like what I did with Verb, like what I just did to Verb.
Yeah, you understand me? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Beat
Right.
dog shit down his leg. But look, it's something for him to think about, and he know what he gotta do.
Right.
But that's my thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you can't just say, we need to take battling out the culture. That's a bold statement, ho.
That is a bold statement. And I think he was so frustrated with the fans. I think he's really frustrated with Kendrick because he said it. He said, it's the stands. He said, it's the niggas that got these beehives and the stands and another group.
Is he really about Kendrick, or is he actually talking about Nicki Minaj? Is he really talking about Kendrick, or is he talking about Nicki Minaj and her fans and how much energy she's been putting out towards him on Twitter or X? That's what it sounds like to me. I don't think he has no issue with Kendrick. He put him on the Super Bowl itself. Why would you put somebody on the Super Bowl and then have an issue with everything they did and they said? I don't even think the man even cares about Drake like that. He's had his run-ins with Drake, Lil Wayne. Competition-wise, I mean, they don't seem like they're the coolest people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Jay-Z ever likes anyone sharing the light with him. And I also believe he don't want Drake to have a super squeaky clean, like a path through this rap thing, because it's taking away everything from him. You know what I'm saying? History-wise, like, it's not going to even be close. If Drake had no problems throughout his whole time in the industry, Jay-Z is no longer thought about. It's like, I can't say it's LeBron and Mike because that's different. That's different. So we're not even going to do basketball when it comes to this shit. But let's get back to it.
It's like a war. It's like a war, and it never ends.
Look, my thing is, whoever God bless may no man curse, man. Because I seen Kendrick goddamn go to.
So I got to bring that back. Whoever God bless, no man. What did he say? Let me bring that back. I don't even know if I said it right.
It's the stands. He said it's the niggas that got these beehives and the stands, and if that group of fans is going against another group, it's like a war, and it never ends.
Look, my thing is, whoever God bless may no man curse, man. Because I seen Kendrick
That's a factory. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. That was bars.
Then go to Canada. Canada.
Right.
I didn't see no problems.
I think Jay is putting too much emphasis on the internet. He got to get offline.
Yeah, man.
Get offline, Jay.
Yeah,
get offline.
That's my thing. You wildin', Hov. Like, so
Hov out here trolling. He out here with a ghost account.
He did the same shit. I think with the death of auto-tune shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
That's a fact.
Dude, like on McKill and Build. Like, I don't know if that's the move. But listen, Hov, nigga.
That's a fact.
Listen.
Every time somebody's winning, Hov come in and talk about, I don't know if we need to do this anymore. We got to change the culture. It's always like I don't know. He just has to do that shit. Even though you haven't made music in mad long, you're not part of the culture no more. All you do is make money now.
We them. We understand the politics, we understand that side of things, and we ain't just going with anything. No, you gotta clarify that conversation. The conversation is currency, man. Shout out to my man B. Yeah.
I you know what? I don't agree with saying get rid of battling, period. He should have said get rid of the stands that can't separate.
You can never get rid of the fans or the super fans. That's never going to happen. There's always going to be somebody that loves somebody so much or admires somebody so much or is just a stalker of their shit. And they're going to go crazy over their shit when they get into someone with someone else. Like, you can't stop that. That's human nature. So you can't control things. And that's the problem we got. Everybody wants to be a gatekeeper. That's the old way of doing shit. That shit worked until it didn't work no more. We see where we at with it. It's a whole new day and age. People are connected. People are smart. They're bright. They're researched. And they're not going for bullshit. They're not believing bullshit. And they're going to dig into everything that you got going on. You're not going to be able to escape. And you can't just tell somebody a blanket statement no more and they just going, oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, we shouldn't do battle rap anymore. Nah, man. Battle rap has been around since the beginning of this thing. It's part of competition. Now, am I a fan of how dark it has got? Absolutely not. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Jay-Z is the moral standpoint. Like, we supposed to listen to this man when you was one of the niggas that was bringing us to the place where we at right now. You was talking about condoms in the baby seat, nigga. You was talking about condoms in the baby seat. I fucked your baby mother. You know what I'm saying? Is that your chick was about Nas's joint? Come on, bro. Because you know who, did you know what? Well, you know who. Let's keep that between me and you, except you didn't do that. So let's stop fronting like battle rap was clean or like competition was clean back in the 90s, even in the 90s. Come on. We don't remember Tupac? That's why I fucked your wife, nigga. You fat motherfucker. Come on, man. Do I got to go deep into it? I really don't. Do I? I really don't know why people that's been fans of hip hop for this long feel like Kendrick went so far. He did hip hop shit. I'm sorry, he did. And I liked it. Nah, there ain't no way that Hove didn't know what Hove was saying. Come on, man. We know Jay-Z definitely is calculated, if anything. He knew exactly what he was saying, and he was unapologetic about it. He was unapologetic. He was 100% sure of what he was doing before he sat down. We could see by the person he sat down with. He ain't sit down with nobody that could really grill him from the culture. He ain't sit down on no Drink Champs podcast or Joe Budden's. He ain't go nowhere that somebody could really grill him. Dude looked like he was 12 years old. I did do my research. I looked up young boy that was on the GQ interview, and I think he's about 35. But still, he looked about 12. And he was scared to ask that man any questions. So I don't respect that shit. Everything ain't peaches and cream, basically, is what he's saying. Everything is not peaches and cream. Life is tough at times, and there are times when you got to go back and forth with somebody, especially if they in your way. Maybe that's what God wanted. Maybe God wanted Kendrick to get Drake out the way. No offense to any Drake fans in here. I'm a Drake fan too. I mess with Drake, but Kendrick got him up out the way, and it is what it is, and that's how it had to be. Nobody can speak on it And if y'all needed to speak on it, y'all should have spoke on it when it happened. If you're not speaking on it when it happened, it's too late. It's over. Y'all can't really fix nothing at this point. It's over. Like, why are we still talking about this shit in this type of, oh, you know, it should have been this way. They should have did it this way instead. Who cares? I don't care. It's over, man. I want Drake to come back out. Come back out from hiding, man. Defend yourself. Because everything you put out since then, it ain't really been adding up, man. Now let's go to see what Jay-Z was talking about when it comes to that Verzuz. I was trying to find a clip. I finally found it. Let's see what Jay-Z was talking about, man. He said nobody could fuck with him.
No one can stand on that stage. Everyone's amazing and done what they done. No one can stand on that stage. I mean, I'm just telling you guys the real. Like, there's not a shot. There's not a chance in hell that anyone can stand on that stage for I don't know how long it is. 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Right.
All right. That's whole popping his shit right now. He's saying there's nobody alive that can see him on that Verzuz stage. That's just how he feels. And he might be entitled to that. But now we got Akadiddy on Twitter. He said, Jay-Z cool, but who gassed him up to think he untouchable in the Verzuz? I don't think he wins 5 rounds versus Kanye. Plus, I got Future and Drake whooping him too. I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Kanye and Drake could be a match. But then it's the ghostwriting part that fucks it all up. That fucks it all up for anybody that's really hip hop. We understand. Once you got the ghostwriter, you ain't got no pen, so we can't trust anything that comes out of your mouth because you ain't write it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think all Jay-Z's competition is dead. And I wish he had the same smoke when DMX wanted that smoke and he wanted you to jump on the Verzuz. Why you ain't had that energy then? Exactly. See, that's how I know I'll be telling the truth, because I agree with myself. How I feel today. You know what I'm saying? DMX would have smoked you up, man. I don't know if he would have won, but it would have been a lot closer than people might think. I think he would have won. I'm a DMX fan. I just think the passion that he has is unmatched. I think there's other people out there too. I believe that we're just not looking at it from the right way, especially if we talking about New York rappers. Niggas in New York is different, man. Y'all seen what Jadakiss did to them Dipset boys by itself. And I was saying that too. And I was like, yo, everybody was really comfortable and like, oh yeah, they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy. Dipset is gonna get this nigga. I'm like, I'm not so sure about Dipset being D-Block. I just don't think they have the same energy. And they not cut from the same cloth. Because if you think about it, they've been around for a minute. They was around since Diddy days. But we about to get to another video, another reaction of this Jay-Z GQ little section where he's talking about the beef with Kendrick and Drake. So let's get to it.
So Jay-Z had an interview with, I believe, GQ, talked about, things that's been happening to him. And he's coming out. He got a tour coming out. Not a tour, like some concert dates coming out in July believe, in New York. But he came out. So he came out.
Can't just say in New York, bro. The Yankee Stadium, man. Yankee Stadium. He about to, it's a big thing. It's a big deal. I do wonder what that's going to look like. And I wonder if there's going to be media surrounding that. I'm pretty sure there's going to be media, especially with your boy being mentioned next to that Jeffrey Epstein and all of that, and all of the Ricos situations going on, Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, the list goes on, the fake son. I don't know if I don't want to say fake son, but the son, the alleged son, that was going back and forth to court and all of that.
The Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, how he felt about it. Right now, he said he almost wishes it never happened. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this. No Filter Morning Show. No Filter Morning Show. I'm your host, Mr. Marshall Lewis. Let's get into it.
I love the excitement, and I love the sparring and the music you get. Mm-hmm. But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing, and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place today.
Yeah.
And now you have these
All right, I'm looking at the comments right now. I see I ain't even gonna read your name. I don't know what the name says, bro. Forget it. Says, bro, respectfully, if Drake never had a scuffle, he still can't touch Jay. Second, as long as Jay is alive, he is a part of the culture. His money and influence is what everybody is chasing. I would say I halfway agree with that. Is everybody that's still alive that was part of the culture at one time still the person that we go to for information on the culture, especially when there's new waves and new trends and new things going on? I don't think we can say that. That wouldn't really make sense, respectfully, even though Jay-Z is an elder and he's been around and he's built the game and all of that. We respect everything he's built. We respect everything he's done. But does he make the rules today when he's not involved? He's not actually competing. He's not making no music. He's not part of anything going on for real, other than behind the scenes. And that's cool. But we always had old heads that was sitting down doing shit from behind closed doors, had bread, all of that. They don't make the rules, man. It's the new young people that's the wave. It's always been that. Even with Jay-Z, he made the rules when it was his turn. His turn it's over. It's not that no more. He's like, what, 20 years away from that? That's how I feel. I mean, I just don't, I don't want to hear an old man who's, I think he's like 60 or something like that. Respectfully, I don't want to hear what he has to say about the game that he's not involved in. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's old, when it came out way after, like we would have wanted to heard your thoughts while this shit was going on, while it was active, especially when you was part of it and you booked the Super Bowl, nigga. You was the one that went and got Kendrick. Did you not realize he had a whole diss track towards Drake calling him a PDF? Why this now? It's kind of suspect, man. It's kind of suspect.
odds of cult.
The Stan Armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing people kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that.
Bringing people's kids in it. You put condoms in the baby seat, Jay.
Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But I think we can.
And the next comment, he said, what does how old he looks have anything to do with it? I'm reaching, but he's the one that brought up the age. Jay-Z brought up the age, saying they sound like the old dude wagging the finger. He said it. He recognizes that what I'm saying is facts.
Achieve the same thing as far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing. And, you had the battle and it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now, I don't know if it could stand it with the technology.
He really had fun having a battle, especially one that he lost. Did he think we believe that shit? Maybe he's talking to the people that don't know that wasn't there. I was there. I remember Jay-Z's energy was not fun. It wasn't like, yeah, it's fun. Maybe y'all don't remember how it went with the Nas situation, how bad that was and how it started and how it prospered. You know what I mean? And what entities got involved. Maybe y'all don't remember because for some reason they trying to downplay this shit and act like it wasn't big, like it wasn't a big thing. Now, social media wasn't out exactly. That is true. If social media was out at that time, guess what? That shit would have been way bigger than fucking Drake and Kendrick. I 100% believe that because it's Nas and Jay-Z. It's just different, man. Even though y'all can sit here and talk about all the streams niggas has and all the billboards and all of this and that. Man, Nas and Jay-Z was different. It was different. The culture cared way more.
That we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much. Now it's just like every day they're just trying to not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this. Yeah. No, it's like trying to tear down the people's life.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
They trying to wreck guys live, all that stuff. as if they didn't have real live situations when they were outside and their teams was involved. Come on, man. What narrative is he painting as if the Nas and Jay-Z shit was nothing? That shit was crazy. It was so many people involved. Niggas going up to Hot 97 couldn't wait to talk about killing. I can't even say that word. Couldn't wait to talk about Unalive and Nas and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole state property with him. 50 niggas from Brooklyn. Like, come on, man. Y'all got to stop pretending like that shit was not crazy back in the day. Maybe because we didn't have as much coverage of everything. These new people that's watching this can sit down, look at a Jay-Z with his dreads and his hat, you know what I'm saying, and him talking proper, and think that, yeah, you know, it's a lot different these days, you know, like it's really bad. Everyone's attacking each other, and it's got to stop. Get out of here with that nonsense.
So Jay-Z, good interview. Got some valid points. He's talking about the Kendrick Lamar, Drake beef. You know, Kendrick Lamar had a hell of a year because of that Drake beef, had some great songs. Drake had some songs too that was going back and forth. But Jay-Z's making some good valid points. When the Kendrick and Drake beef happened, when it was going, right? We seen that Drake was starting off in the beginning and Kendrick came back with some responses, and then Kendrick was just running. He was gone. A lot of people believe Kendrick won because of his bars, because of his songs, because of the impact of his songs. They have more of an impact than Drake. But what I see about the beef, thing that I felt the same way Jay-Z is saying, it took up too much air of the industry of hip hop. When they were going at it, nobody else really dropped music. Nobody else really did anything else. They were just taking up the whole industry. But why? I believe that the industry, as far as rap, hip hop, if I really look at it, it's in a bad place. So there was really nothing else to come in and kind of take away that motion, because those are two big artists and nobody else can come in and have any type of motion. So what you saw from hip hop was everybody stayed away. And I feel like that beef.
That's completely wrong. That's completely wrong. What really actually happened is they were all coming together. I don't think he remembers what really happened. It was Future, A$AP Rocky, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross, obviously Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole was on the fence. So I'm not sure if there's other artists too. Let me know if I missed any artists that I didn't mention that was involved in that situation. But they all had their own prior issues with Drake, and they sided against Drake. So that's what happened. Don't make it seem like hip hop was just so bad. Nah, these guys decided, hey, we're gonna have a revolutionary war in hip hop. That's what happened. That's what happened. You've seen a couple guys go silent. I think Lil Baby went silent. I think 21 Savage went silent because I think they were still sided with Drake. Maybe a couple others. Maybe I missed a couple. But yeah, they all got against Drake, and he had to respond to all of them. I'm not saying that that's why he lost the battle. That has nothing to do with why he lost the battle, because these are real things that probably happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. Hip hop's not in a bad place. Commercial music was in a bad place. Greed got in a bad place. You know what I'm saying? People abusing their power. That shit. And then Kendrick and Drake was on the same fucking label. They on the same label. That's crazy. That's crazy work. That ain't got nothing to do with music.
Made it even longer because there was no other music really being put out there that can be recognizable as a Drake or a Kendrick. What it was Kendrick had the beef, had the songs, and then he had the album roll out, then he had the tour, and then he had the Super Bowl. It just ran, where Drake had his instance in the beginning and it kind of just died out. But what we see is what Jay-Z is saying with the impact of social media. It turned the beef to more than rap. It got real personal. And then you have people on these podcasts saying this, people saying this. Everybody has their opinion And then when you're talking to Kendrick, you're talking to Kendrick about Drake, or you talking to Drake, you're talking to Drake about Kendrick. It became a bigger thing than what it should have been. When Jay-Z and Nas had their thing, right? It was simple. It was he had a song, I had a song, back and forth.
This dude is very, very uninformed. I'm gonna educate you right now, sir. Maybe you need to go back and look. When Nas and Jay-Z had their thing, it was not simple, and it definitely was. It was a long-term beef. Maybe people don't know how long that thing lasted. It started out with Memphis Bleak. I believe there was Memphis Bleak, he explains it himself that he thought that Nas was talking about him. So he went and returned the shot. You know what I mean? So then they start sparring. So Jay-Z actually had to get involved because the little homie, you know, he was feeling himself. He said he was feeling himself. I think it was the Mind Right, Money Right, Ready for War. Memphis Bleak is murder. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the song right there. It was definitely not simple. And it definitely wasn't just a back and forth with music. If you remember how he dropped Ether, Ether literally came out on Jay-Z's birthday as Jay-Z's walking into the 4040 club. The DJ spins, fuck Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Does that sound simple to you? Does that sound fun to you? Like this whole story that Jay-Z's talking about is fun? Imagine on your birthday, you walking into a club that you part owner of, and the DJ spins F your name. You know what I'm saying? Does that sound simple? It was never simple. Do y'all remember when Nas was talking about what he wanted to do at the Summer Jam? He wanted to crucify Jay-Z. He wanted to treat the situation as a crucifix, have a doll or some shit. Like they banned him from being able to come to Summer Jam because of what his plans was. It was not simple. I don't know where y'all getting this history from. Y'all literally don't know what went on. And that's what I'm saying. It's people trying to reconstruct the narrative. I watched it. I was there. I literally was a fan. I remember they had the poll on Hot 97 for Jay-Z versus Nas, and Jay-Z lost. He literally could not fathom or feel good about that. Like he couldn't understand. Like New York sided with Nas. Jay-Z did not win. It was not fun for Jay-Z. It was very, very bad. And he took a minute to respond because he dropped another song that's super ugly. We was all like, that was trash. Even Jay-Z fans who didn't want to believe that this is what Jay-Z, we was all like, what? Like this was the drop, this is the bomb that you come in with next? It was just like a Drake situation. We was like, yo, he smoked this dude. And Jay kept continuing trying to respond, just like Drake. So this whole narrative that y'all pushing that they just went back and forth with songs and it didn't break situations up. Jay had people on the radio going crazy on Nas. There ended up being like a blackball situation with Hot 97 and the Power 105. Yo, the history is crazy, man. I wish I could find some of them clips so y'all could see like, this is cap. This is all the way fictional. It's a tale. The Jay-Z and Nas situation was as bad as Kendrick and Drake, minus the PDF situation. Now, if there was a PDF situation, but if y'all go back and listen to some of them lines on Ether, man, it was bad lines. The difference was Jay-Z just disappeared. After a while, he tried to disappear and he came back out and put regular music out. He put regular music out. He didn't just keep trying to fire at Nas because he knew you cannot compete with this guy. He was a marksman. He was like Kendrick. It's like the same thing. It's like history repeats itself. So I can kind of see him sticking up for Drake. It's like almost like sticking up for himself. You know what I mean? And I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z is dope, but he was not messing with Nas. Nah, it just wasn't going to happen.
Boss lasted a little bit, that's it. But it never got personal. It never got to a point where I'm trying to destroy your life.
It never got personal? Does this man know what he's talking? Like, he don't know what he's talking about. I see he don't know what he's talking about. Go back and listen to them songs, man. Go back and listen to them records. And then remember that each one of their teams was beefing with each other too. Remember that. You know what I mean? Rockefeller, You had some of Dipset members, Jim Jones talking about smacking off Nas's kufi. It didn't get personal. What are you talking about? Maybe the rest of the world didn't know. Maybe it's only some New York shit. Maybe if you're not from New York, you didn't know that Jay-Z and Nas situation was very personal. Then there was a whole situation with Nas's baby mother. She came out and did an interview. Like, what was not personal about that? What's not personal about it? And he mentioned, I think he mentioned AI. He mentioned Allen Iverson on the song too. I don't know what y'all talking about that it wasn't personal. Y'all must not know y'all history, or y'all wasn't around, or y'all wasn't into it like that.
I destroyed my life. Because what I think was, it was rapping between Kendrick and Drake. Everybody else made it personal.
Yeah, yo, if you see this video, brother, hit me up, man. I'll put you on. I'll tell you everything that was happening. I'll tell you the whole scheme. I can have you talk to some people that was around too. You know what I mean? But yeah, it definitely was personal. That was one of Jay-Z's worst moments. And he even said it on lyrics. He even said, I forgot what song it was, but he said, after Ether, it made me stronger. You know what I mean? Because that was a lot. That was a lot.
Everybody else got into it and made the beef more personal than what it should have been. Like I said, you had people speaking about this, these podcasts talking about this. You had people that were friend of a friend of a friend talking about this. You had artists talking about this. You had people choosing sides. I'm with this person.
That was the same thing that happened during the Jay-Z and Nas situation. Maybe he just wasn't around to hear the music or feel the energy. And maybe it's different also because they both from New York. Maybe that's why the world doesn't see it the same way. And maybe it was looked at as like a inner city rivalry. Like it's not the same as a worldwide thing because Drake is from Canada and Kendrick's from California. But nah, it was crazy. Don't ever let nobody fool you that Jay-Z and the Nas situation was not as crazy as the Drake situation. Had there would have been social media, it would have been crazy. There was also a mention about them doing a pay-per-view. I believe it was Jay-Z wanted to do a pay-per-view battle. That's what I believe. I could be mistaken, but I believe he wanted to go live, freestyle, and do it that way because he knew that would work for him. That was his bag. Nas is a writer. Nas is a complete writer. He don't freestyle like that. Jay-Z do everything off the head. But nah, it was beef. Like it was real beef. And everybody knew. Everybody knew. And that was Jay-Z's weakest moment because nobody in their mind after Takeover, we thought that was it. He went and performed that at Summer Jam. Like y'all not realizing how many people really saw this situation back in the day. Like just because there was no social media does not mean that people weren't alive and outside and watching stuff. You imagine a summer like going to a whole concert and somebody's dissing you at a concert. You get what I'm saying? And Nas went and dissed Jay-Z at concerts. He wanted to diss him crazy. Like he wanted to crucify him literally with a whole doll that looked like Jay-Z. And that's why he got banned from a lot of things. He got blackballed from a lot of things. Nas had fallen outs with so many rappers. He was starting to call rappers whack. He was just calling the whole industry out. Again, I believe it's just like we saw with Kendrick, except Kendrick had a stronger following, a very, very strong following at the time that he went at I was about to say he went at Jay-Z. At the time he went at Drake. And I do believe partly that Kendrick probably learned from the Nas and Drake situation and realized like, yo, I got to be prepared and have every angle covered when I get into this situation. I think he respected Drake as an opponent and he broke him down. And that was over, I want to say that was over like 10 years. They was beefing back and forth.
This person, instead of just enjoying the battle, right? Battling and going back and forth has a huge role in hip hop. But the long lasted, it's never been seen. Biggie and Tupac this long, right? But Kendrick did really well. He had a hell of a year, right? But as we look,
I think that was also a misstep to say that Biggie and Tupac beef didn't last that long, especially when both of them lost their lives in the situation, man. It didn't last that long because they both passed away. Who's to say what would have happened if they would have been alive? And well, now I don't wish that on nobody. And that's the beautiful thing about it. That's why I'm like, we're still talking about this situation because they're alive. Because they're alive. Now, if one of them would have passed away, the energy would have been completely different as it was with Biggie and Tupac. So the reason why this is always going to be the biggest battle, it's always going to be spoken about the most, because we're at a time where everything is talked about a lot. We got social media. I'm right here going live, you know what I'm saying? On stream. People can go on stream. Like Drake streamed some of his new music. It's different. It's not mixtapes. We're not handing out mixtapes. We're not physically going to a Best Buy, FYE, any of these places to go shop and get a whole CD. You don't physically have to consume the music no more. You get it right to wherever you at. So of course, it's going to be different. And there's a lot of independent media now. So the whole game is different. The whole game is different. Before, everything was controlled. You know what I mean? You had the gatekeepers and certain people wasn't able. And that's what I think Jay-Z's used to. I think he's used to the gatekeepers and being able to get people to stop doing certain things. That's what this energy to me seems like. Yo, y'all can't do this no more. Because he's that hot about it. He's mad about certain things. What they I don't know what goes on in the man's brain, but I could tell nothing works the way it used to. You can hear all the dudes that do podcasts now that used to rap back in the day. They be upset about it. They be upset that somebody normal, because that's what they'll call you, a normal, regular dude with bum ass dude with no money, could sit here and talk about me, criticize me. Who are they to even be able to talk about me? Guess what? People got opinions. They've been talking about y'all. They've been saying stuff in the barbershop. Y'all just don't got to hear it. You know what I'm saying? People always talked. People always had opinions, especially if we're talking about public figures. Why wouldn't we talk about people that we can see? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you talk about people that's on TV, people that's on the internet? It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in their mind because that's how the game used to be. And they want the game to go back to the way it was. That's all it is. It's like they only want to beef with each other. You got these artists that want to beef with each other because they're like, all right, we somewhat on the same scale. I might be a little better than you, but how dare this nigga in his living room talk crazy about me? How dare he? As if he don't see what you're doing. As if you're not doing it so people can see what you're doing. So people could promote you. So you could make more money. So you could be on these podcasts. So you could be on these interviews. So you could be on all these platforms. But yet you don't want nobody to talk about it. That's what we're talking about. That's what Jay-Z is mad about. Is that there's social media and there's super fans. Are we kidding? I thought you was the guy, you was a hustler. I thought you was a hustler. How you gonna be a hustler and then be mad about what got you to where you at? It's the super fan that got you to where you at. Without no super fan, there is no Jay-Z. So I don't understand, there's these stands. You got him too. Maybe he's unaware. Maybe he's so out of touch. He's so far away from the internet. He don't got no social media, nothing. People be fighting for Jay-Z. No matter what it is, there's people that's 100%, 1,000% on his side, even when he's wrong. So I don't understand this at all. I don't get it.
at it though, like people are still saying, oh, this song. A lot of people are keeping it alive, but they're keeping it alive with negative comments, talking about Drake's baby mama, talking about his kid, talking about this and this. People are saying everybody has their idea. Everybody's talking about a lot of things, and they're making it more personal instead of just talking about the raps. What we see, social media is a good and bad thing. Remember,
they're not just talking about the raps. I'm sorry, when it comes to battle rap, when it comes to people beefing, you think it's going to be polite stuff? I'm confused. Like maybe y'all never really seen a battle before. Maybe y'all never seen that live. I've been in battles before live. It's hard to not punch a person in the face when I'm standing in front of you and you saying the worst things that you could think of. And then I'm doing the same to you. We just going back and forth to see who can really antagonize the person the worst. Guess what happens if you punch somebody in the face in a battle? You lose. You lose. But it is negative. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it is negative, but there's a talent to that. There's a skill to that. Is boxing positive? Is punching somebody in the face? You know what I mean? When you get in there, you get in the ring, and you got to go beat your opponent to a pulp. Is that positive? It's a sport. What are we talking about? We're trying to change the narrative around something that is what it is. It's a sport. It's what people choose to do. If you choose to do something, I'm not going to feel sorry for you and be like, all right, we got to change the rules. We got to do this differently now because we went way too far. As if that man didn't know what he was doing when he got in there. And that's the problem I have with Drake, is that you know about the culture. You know what could happen. You've seen it happen before. It's even happened with you with other opponents before. Pusha T, Meek Mill. But now, all of a sudden, this one's too far. This one's too far. We got to stop making rules different for people, man. We got to stop doing that and stop feeling bad for somebody who initiated it. Drake ain't had to say nothing. You could have been a J. Cole. You could have been better than J. Cole. J. Cole responded and then took it back. He responded and was like, oops, my bad. I was wilding. I ain't mean that. And look at everybody fucks with J. Cole. Everybody's like, yeah, J. Cole, he's a great guy. He's a good guy. He's really smart. He thinks he's Drake could have did that. His ego couldn't get him to do that. His ego was like, who does this little guy, Kendrick, think this guy is short? How dare he talk about me? Does he know who I am and how many Billboard chart songs I have? Does he understand how much money I'm making? I don't think he understands it. And he went crazy. He thought he went crazy. He had the DJ Clue on there. Well, no, my bad. He had the Who Kid. He had DJ Who Kid. If y'all know, that's 50 Cent's old DJ. And he was saying he was 50 Cent. He was acting like he was bullying. Didn't go his way. He pulled out the AI stop. He went and got the AI and he thought that he was going to take Tupac, Snoop, go crazy. He thought he went crazy. It didn't work out. Don't sit here and tell me that Drake wasn't disrespectful and didn't deserve what he got. He got what he got, man. And I don't feel bad for that. That's hip hop. That is hip hop, bro. All of this, well, they just went too far and that's like hurting someone's character and their image. Oh, well, don't jump in the ring with me then. If you don't want me to say something crazy, don't jump in the ring with me. You would have thought he would have learned that with Pusha T. Why you didn't learn that with Pusha T? Pusha T was talking heavy, and he bowed out. Drake was like, I'm not going to stoop to his level. Why you couldn't do that with Kendrick? You really thought you was that guy. You really thought you could compete with Kendrick, and you couldn't. You couldn't. It wasn't like nobody was mad about any of the negative things that Drake said to Kendrick, saying that he's a wife beater. I think he said he got raped or whatever. He was saying a whole bunch of craziness, and y'all just forget. Y'all memory be so short. I don't remember that he was talking heavy, and he got the energy came back. You reap what you sow. It's all true, man. Everything I see in the Bible, you see it today. It happens. You reap what you sow. David and Goliath, man. Kendrick literally crumbled Drake's whole situation. Just like that. Just like that. And everybody's mad about it. So far, I'm trying to think of all the people that spoke out about it now. 21 Savage, try to say it was unfair or something like that. We had J. Cole, now Jay-Z, which Jay-Z is the one that brought him to the Super Bowl. It just doesn't, none of this makes any sense to me.
We talk about this, entertainment or education, right? A lot of people got their clout A lot of people got their notoriety just by talking about this beef that Kendrick and Drake have or had, whatever. People built their own platforms off of the beef. So what do you think they're going to do to continue to give themselves notoriety, continue to give themselves clout? They're going to continue to push this and find new revelations and talk to this person, this person, this person. A lot of people built their own platforms off of this beef. So they had no choice but to keep it alive because the only way they're being known is through this beef. That's why this beef went so long, because you had a lot of people making money off this beef just by talking about it, just by being a close source, or say, I heard from this person. I heard from this person. Oh, this and this and this. Here's a revelation about this. It became more than raps. People were making money off of this. So as people make money off of this, and I'm not being popular because people want to listen to me. They want to come to me because I got information on the beef. And that's what Jay-Z is talking about. It became too personal. It took too much. It took a lot of space for these podcasts. It's because these people have nothing else to talk about. It's not like the No Filter Morning.
See, I never understand when people get on podcasts, on the YouTube, talking about people doing something that they're doing. Everything he said just now that I just heard come out of his mouth, I'm like, what are you doing that's different? I don't know this man's channel. I'm going to check it out for sure after this, and I'm going to shout it out. Let's shout it out. Let's see what homie's channel is. So this is No Filter Morning Show with Marcus Lewis. And I got nothing against this dude. I know, I don't even know. I just randomly popped up on his page. But I'm like, aren't we doing the same shit? Aren't we doing the same shit? Me personally, I never get that invested into one topic though. That's just me personally. I'll never be. I see some people, and that's cool. I'm like, everybody got different ways that they do stuff and get things accomplished. I think that's dope if that's what you're doing. If you literally are talking about one topic, diving deep into it, getting all the information you can, that's not nothing. That's not nothing. That takes time. That takes energy. That takes strategy. That takes, you got to be unique, because what's the difference between you and the next person that's doing that? So I'm never going to take nothing away from people that are getting up every day and actually accomplishing something. There's so many people out here doing absolutely nothing. So I'm never going to talk down about people, even ones that don't got the full information, like this guy, about this situation. He's admitting that he doesn't have all the information. But personally, I mean, I probably have spoken about shit that I don't fully know either. But if someone comes and shows me the right information, I'm going to go back and correct myself. So I hope he sees this video and sees everything I've been talking about this whole time. We've been on this joint for an hour now, and understands the Jay-Z and Nas situation was the same as Drake and Kendrick, minus social media. That's all. That's it. There would have been a lot of money made had they would have done a pay-per-view. I mentioned all the concerts that were going on. Now you got Nas, who sold better. He sold more records than Jay-Z at that moment too. You know what I mean? That shit brought him to the next level. Just like, we might not want to mention this, we might not want to act like it happened, Kendrick became number one after going after Drake. Did he not? Did his numbers not rise to the top? It's the same thing. It's not that different, other than we have podcasts now. And what's the problem with that? What is the problem with people who are actually not working for these corporations being able to get a piece of the pie? Because that's what we're talking about. We're mad. We're upset that regular, everyday people can get a piece of the pie of some shit that they actually participate in all the time. The people that they stream, they watch, they get their videos, they go to their shows. You know what I'm saying? You mad that those people are getting a little bit of money back? Nah, I ain't mad about that. I'm like, that's dope.
A show where we're talking about Jay-Z, we're talking about Trump, we're talking about this, we're talking about that. No, people have full-blown platforms just talking about Kendrick and Drake beef. That's it. So their sole goal for them to make any type of money is they have to keep the beef going. They have.
So what would be the difference? My question to bro would be, what would be the difference between someone that has a platform that all they talk about is Trump or all they talk about is any public figure. You know, someone that's in Congress or something like that's their main claim to fame. That's what they're obsessed with. Or they're obsessed with dogs. Some people are obsessed with certain things. That's what they would be a master in. I feel like what you spend your time with the most is what you like. I talk about music. That's my main thing. I get into music. I talk about music. I do music. I'm a songwriter. I'm a ghostwriter. I love music. I've been doing hip hop for a long time. I've been part of hip hop, been part of the music industry. I'm going to talk about what I enjoy talking about when I cut this camera on. It's going to be what I enjoy. And hopefully somebody that watches it enjoys the same thing. Not a bad thing.
To come up with a new revelation. They have to make it personal. It has to bring people in. People are making money off of this day by talking about Drake and Kendrick. This is why you see J. Cole just now coming with an album, right? People are...
Nah, that's not true. Yo, that's not true. He just came out with an album because the whole situation with Drake and Kendrick messed up his album release. It messed up his album rollout because they both were on his album. And he had been working on that album, as he said out his own mouth, for years. J. Cole had been working on that album, The Fallout, for years. And when Drake and Kendrick got into it, it broke apart. Now, Cole actually reveals he might have been the reason that the Drake and Kendrick situation, the tension got worse because he tried to bring them together. So actually, I don't think it was a money grab. I actually believe in his actual soul, he's upset because this situation, if that didn't happen, he would have been bigger. That's why he kept pushing that big three. The big three narrative had nothing to do with, oh, you know, I'm going to jump out of this battle and then I'm going to try to come in and make money off of it. Nah, I think that was one of the worst situations for J. Cole in his music career. Because he's like, I'm just starting to get some steam. I'm starting to be next to all the guys that I feel like are number one. And I always been looked at as little bro. Now I'm on songs with Drake. I don't know if he has songs with Kendrick. Forgive me, I don't really follow Kendrick that heavy. But he's cool with Kendrick. They friends. From what he said, they like damn near best friends. That's a dope time. And then he tried to bring them two together because he was like, from his point of view, from his biasness, it's not that bad. We can get over this. Not knowing that both of them hate each other. So as soon as he tried to bring them together, it just erupted. It's like, psh. And y'all could check that out. Check out the J. Cole interview. He definitely is breaking all of that down.
People are scared to release an album in the rap industry, in the hip hop industry, because of the effects of the Kendrick and Drake beef. Because it took so much space, it took so much notoriety, it took so much attention where people feel like if I release an album, ain't nobody gonna really mess with it because it's not on the high of a Kendrick or Drake to where people want to talk about it. See, people release albums now because they want people to talk about it. But if I release an album and nobody talks about it, what's the point of me releasing an album?
I don't really think that has anything to do with Kendrick and Drake. Honestly, I think that's just the way music has been trending. And I believe what we're watching right now is just everything's being consumed differently, especially these young kids. That's why we're here right now. That's why we on stream right now. That's why we on live. The world is literally shifting. These little kids, the way they look at streamers is the way we used to look at the rappers. Like I seen Cenat one day in LA. I don't know if it was it wasn't the Grammy. I think it was the BET Awards or something like that. So I see Cenat, dude, mad little, like he's dumb short. I didn't know he was that short. I could hear people behind me, like out of nowhere. You see all of these kids just running like, I'm like, yo, what the hell? What are they running for? I still didn't know that. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And mind you, there's other celebrities around. There's other known big name celebrities around. And they just didn't care. They left whoever they was talking to or whatever they was looking at, and they was running. They almost damn near tackled Cenat. I think he only had like two 2 security guards with him. But yeah, it's a different world right now, man. The music is completely changing. You see all the music people, they're going to either be a podcaster or they're streaming or doing both. Because the way people consume things, younger people, because they're the ones that move the culture. That's why I spoke about that earlier when I was talking about Jay-Z. I'm like, he's not truly the culture. He's really far away from it right now. He's an older man. You know what I mean? Like, he'll always be stamped as part of the culture as far as his contributions, but it's over. It's over. You know what I mean? Like, all the old heads, all the basketball players that's 60, 70 years old, some of y'all don't even know who they are. Y'all would see them and not even know that they're basketball players. You feel me? That's just how it works. That's how it works. Time don't stop. Time don't stop for no man.
Because they know what gets you money in any industry. Attention. People don't care about your raps no more. People don't care if you got bars. People care about what drama do you have and what are you talking about.
I care about bars, but maybe I'm not people. He might have a point.
To where we can build a platform to make money off of your drama. The art of hip hop and rap has really went down because it's not about the music anymore. It's about the drama. It's about what drama do you have that you talk about that I can talk about on my podcast and build my following up by talking about your drama. You rarely see people just say, man, that's a good album, man. It got bars, man. It's always, oh, he was saying this. He was talking about this person. They're actively looking.
They did say that about the Clips, though. I ain't gonna lie. The Clips, they should have won that best album for sure. That shit had bars. And everybody agreed with that. That's in the culture.
Beef in hip hop instead of just respecting the music. That's why hip hop has went down the drain. That's why Kendrick and Drake lasted so long. It's because actuality, they had to last long because nobody else is coming with a body of work or nobody else is coming with that type of attention. So that's what the Jay-Z is talking about. It's gone too far. Technology has made it, or these podcasts, these people have made it too big to where we can't just focus on the music. We're so worried about the drama, the attention. We're so worried about continue to keep this.
I think we really, wherever we focus our attention is really what's going on. We're all living in our own universe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what somebody else is doing in their household, and they listening to something completely different than what I'm listening to. That's the beauty of what we have right now. I hear people complain, yo, the music ain't the same. Nobody listens to the radio, first and foremost. So to sit here and act like music has not changed, that everything isn't different currently, show me some people that listen to the radio, regular radio, not satellite radio, someone that just turns their radio on when they get in the car that's not an Uber driver. It's not normal, man. It's just not normal. People consume things differently. You got everything at access right on your phone, right in your hands. So whatever you choose to put your attention on, it's completely up to you. So if you choose to listen to trash, yo, there's no bars, yo, there's this and that, or you're around people that's listening to trash and you're not checking them and telling them to turn that shit off, that's on you. Me personally, I'm at a place now where it's a lot of time in my day where I don't listen to music or consume music. I'm just peaceful. I'm just trying to enjoy my day. I'm just trying to actually hear nature and all of that. Me, the reason why I do that is because I make music all the time. So I'm always consuming music. I'm always getting beats. I'm always breaking things down. I'm always editing, clipping stuff up. That gets a lot. It becomes a lot after a while. You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and say that hip hop is trash. I hear a lot of new dudes, especially on social media, my Instagram, TikTok, they getting it in. They got bars. Young dudes got the bars now. So it's all about what your algorithm is showing you. So maybe your algorithm got to get switched up. And another thing is everybody breaks their music differently now. So you do got people on social media breaking a song. They're breaking it all on social media now. And it's more organic. I think we went through a whole long spill of the ads and everybody was getting into the ads and spending money. So it was very forced upon you, but that's not working anymore. Even on here on YouTube, a lot of it's just natural. It's like they're rewarding people being consistent. They're rewarding people putting in the effort. They're rewarding the reactions that you're getting, natural reactions. They're stripping away the bots. The bots are being stripped away. They're not paying people for that no more. YouTube's not paying people for that. And I'm sure that Spotify, ever since that whole Drake situation, they not paying people for bots no more. It was a terrible thing that we had going on in the industry. And that has nothing to do with music. It has everything to do with capitalism. Capitalism was the problem. It's not music. It's the way our system works. Our system is terrible. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that are greedy, that want so much money, that they learn methods to gouge people's pockets, and they don't stop. They continue to go and go and go and go until they can't go no more, until somebody finds out, and then it becomes a big issue, like Drake trying to sue Kendrick. I mean, it's funny that the battle rap brought that out. That's when we hear about that, like, oh, there's bots in this, and everybody's being catapulted to the top, and they're not really working for nothing. Like, it's like, why we had to wait for a battle rap for you to say that? Now you just care now because you lost. People get mad when they lose. Their little ego be hurt. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you so used to winning every time or getting a fake win, because that shit is not a win if you cheated. I don't believe in that.
Drama going so I can make money. That's what he's talking about.
Oh,
That's interesting.
again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say it, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I have this point of view. I do, because I know it sounds like, I know what it feels like.
I know what it sounds like to me. It sounds like that interviewer definitely got paid to shut up, because all he's doing is smiling. No questions for real. He's letting Hove just say whatever he wants. A beautiful nothing. I love that so many songs came out, but I don't know if that would. You don't love it. Stop pretending like everything he's saying is a lie. It's a half truth. I love this, but I don't know if we should do that anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit, does that not sound? Are y'all listening to this? Am I the only person that hears this? Sounds like a chick that's lying to you. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be around to spend some money. That's what it's giving to me. I don't know about y'all. Look at his face.
I hate it. It's just how I feel about
Well,
it.
it even kind of did a personal thing that you chose
I hate it with the smile on his face.
Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's
Yeah.
putting, and he's not.
Like, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think
What do I have to do with that? I chose the guy who was having a monstrous year, but now you're speaking about that same guy, saying you don't know if battling should be in the culture anymore. I don't know if we need it anymore. Is Jay-Z okay? Is he okay? He can't. He's too smart to be talking this dumb. Or he thinks y'all are this dumb. That's really what it is. He thinks y'all are this dumb that y'all can hear this, process this, and be like, wow, that's amazing, man. What an amazing GQ interview. That was so amazing. Like, what is this?
it was the right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle.
Yeah.
What I care about two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with
Do you hear that? And then his arrogance comes out. It wasn't about an alliance with a battler. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you put me in the same sentence as this little scum of the earth battler who just got his first 100 million? I've been had that. Like, that's what I heard. That's the energy. Hold on. Let's pull that back. That energy was crazy. That battler.
alliance to a battle? I don't.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
That's the real Jay-Z coming out right there. What I care about them two dudes battling. He just ain't put the bass in his voice. Just imagine that. What I care about these two niggas battling. Ain't got nothing to do with me. They broke.
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. It's
Ooh,
almost
even his face. You seen his face change right there? Have at it. Have fun. He pissed. That little fake smile shit is not working no more.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Or
You see that face? That's the real Jay-Z right there.
Have at it. Have
Look at that face. Look.
fun.
Yeah, you see what you see? The smile disappeared. Just disappeared straight from his face. That was crazy. This nigga is like 70 years old. He still don't got a mustache. That's crazy.
It's almost like not just me, by the way. They drag everybody in it. Like everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But like, what the fuck?
That's the energy right here. Who the fuck? That's the energy right there. That's the real Jay right there.
Like, what? I'm fucking Jay-Z.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it right there. I'm Jay-Z. I'm Jay-Z. Who y'all think y'all talk to, man? I would respect it more, to be honest. I respect Jay-Z more if he just had this energy all the time. Just keep the same energy, bro. Don't try to be cool. Don't try to be passive. Don't try to be modest. Don't act like you humble. Just be exactly who you are. But that's why, me personally, growing up, if I had to choose, I'm choosing DMX over Jay-Z. Because like I meet dudes that's like Jay-Z, and I can't stand that shit. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. When you act one way and you another way when you walk away, and you thinking different things in your brain, you plotting, you scheming and all of that. I don't like dudes like that. I promise you. Just be who you are all the time, man. If you don't like me, let me know you don't like me. Don't smile in my face. Don't pass me nothing. Don't do nothing. Just stay away from me, man. Keep the energy that you really have, because that's the worst thing in the world is when people around you acting like they mess with you, and they can't wait till you have a fall down. They can't wait till you fall off. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't wait. They sitting there praying, hoping, trying to get it done themselves. You know what I mean? Talking with other people, plotting, and then coming and smiling in your face, dapping you up, saying praises and all of that. But they really, truly are your enemy. To me, that's who Jay-Z is. That is who Jay-Z is. Now, I know DMX wasn't always the greatest human at every time and every point in his life, but he was real. And that's what I liked about him, his vulnerability, being able to share that and show that, you know, we go through some crazy shit at times, and I'm trying to get through it. I'm a human. You know what I mean? And I'm going to God. Jay-Z just act like he always had it together. He's always perfect. And we know his life ain't perfect. It's starting to come out right now. And that's what happens with people that act too perfect. Nobody fucking perfect in this whole thing, man. None of y'all is Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So you could sit there and fool yourself and try to act like you cool and humble and you low key and you smiling and making jokes. We know you're not like that. We know you're not like that. You're not fooling nobody but yourself. For real. Everybody goes through some shit. Come on, man. Nobody in this bitch is perfect.
Or due respect to him. I'm fucking home. Dude, respectfully.
or
Like,
Almost sound like he crying because he definitely ain't the Hove that he used to.
for what? To what end?
yeah.
It couldn't be that these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
For a while. Love.
You know, Jay-Z is a great businessman. He's a great rapper. He's probably the greatest rapper for sure, just because of his body of work and what he does and what he can do. And he made some valid points about the industry. The industry right now, you know, like I said, I'm not like super tied in with the industry, but I think the industry has taken a huge hit. If you look at it, Drake and Kendrick, and then who else? Who else can continually to have the energy that Drake and Kendrick can have?
I don't think the industry of music took a hit. I think the exposing of what goes on in the industry and all the unfavorable tactics of business are starting to be exposed, and nobody is able to move along as they used to be able to move along. And all that marketing and promo and all them dollars that they got, it don't matter. It don't matter as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? because a lot of that shit was fluff, a lot of that shit was fake, as we're starting to see. People starting to get exposed. The same thing that was going on in our government. I just feel like that's every industry in America. We're starting to see what was going on. We're starting to, the veil is starting to be pulled up. So, hey, you got to get on the side. If you want to be on the good side, it's time to get to it now, man. It's time to go to your savior now. It's time to figure it out because things is changing. Things is changing. That's what I believe. I don't think it has nothing to do with music. I think there's amazing music out there. I think there's amazing artists. There's so much skillful people. I hear so many skillful people all the time. I write for a lot of people that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that there's a lack of good music. I don't think there's a lack of people wanting to hear good music. But times is different. And let's be honest, shit is hard right now for a lot of people. It's a lot of people going through some recessions. That gas, man, I'm in LA. That shit is like damn near $7 right now. It's like damn near $7. It might be 6 and some change right now. So we need to get the hell out of Iran. Whatever we doing over there is not good for my gas tank.
When they're not up on the hill, up to bat. And I think that's what Jay-Z is saying. We need more. We need more quality. You know, when Jay-Z was out, it was Jay-Z. You had him on the East Coast. You had UGK. You had Outkast. You had 3 6 Mafia. It was everybody. So Jay's down. Now we got Snoop and Dre. Snoop and Dre's down. UGK hitting the thing. We got Outkast. And when we look at the industry now, it's Kendrick and Drake. And I think that's what he's referencing to as far as the industry. But the reason why it's like that is because people are only going to gravitate to the people that they can make money off of. People are going to talk about the things and the artists.
I'm mad this dude said it's Kendrick and Drake like there was no other rappers that made any numbers or any, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy, bro. You discredited every other person's catalog. Like nobody else was popping ever in life. Like just Kendrick and Drake. That's it. Wow. Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. When it be older people talking about certain things, it just don't hit the same way because the younger people are looking at y'all like, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Y'all clearly don't know what y'all talking about. It's like if you think there's nobody else in rap making any money or any noise, doesn't have a following, like, come on, man. That's crazy to say that. Just Kendrick and Drake? Nah, it's not real.
That they know that people are going to watch them to talk about, right? It's not like you used to have the basement where Tigger, where all these artists come in. Oh, you had, don't forget, 50 Cent, Eminem, right? Everybody had they run, right? But there was other people in those eras that was like, I'm going to hold it down too. When you not on fire, I'm on fire too, right? People, what you see from these podcasts, and that's what I'm saying. When you look at social media, it's a gift and a curse because people are only going to talk about things that's going to make them money. There's no authentic like show where it gives everybody a chance and gives everybody exposure. See what I'm saying? People only invite artists on there because of attention, because of drama, because of, it's not just about, man, I like their music. Let's get their story.
So many creators on YouTube right now alone. I see YouTube creators, TikTok creators. I don't know what anybody's doing on IG or none of that. And I'm sure on the streaming, I'm not even on the streaming. I'm not even up with that. I got to get up to date with that. But don't let this person tell you that there's nowhere for you to be seen. There's people that care. And there's people that's in it for not just the money. But there's always been people that's been in it for the money. Since I was making music, since I started, people try to gouge your pockets, man, especially if they see if you got it. So I'll be honest, this day and age, it don't even compare the money that you needed to have to start up anything in music back in the day when I was getting it in. I just turned 40. The past weekend. When I was in my 20s, man, it wasn't nothing. Now you had to be a drug dealer. Either you're a drug dealer, you fucking came up on, you know what I mean, a settlement or some shit like that. Like, it's crazy. Trust me. It's crazy. It's way easier these days. It's way better these days. It's way more attainable these days. You can get your own following these days because you can get on this thing right here that I'm on and create your own thing. I couldn't do this back in the day. When I started making music, YouTube just started. Do you know what our cameras looked like back then? Could you imagine? You know what I'm saying? Just to get decent quality, you was paying out. You was paying crazy. You know what I'm saying? Getting on the radio was crazy. You had to have a plug. Or if you didn't have a plug, you had to pay. That payola shit was real. And you had people scamming. I'm sure there's still, all of these things are still out. But what I'm saying is, it's a lot easier for you to at least get a following and to make money off of your creative works. It's a lot easier. And I can show y'all some of the places and things that y'all need to do, some of the platforms. It's out there. So this is misinformation to say that you can't do anything these days and they're only looking for drama and nonsense. Nah, man. Nah, that's not true. That's not true. But it is true that people will do what makes the money. And I don't think that that's the worst thing, because it's not that hard. But you don't have to follow. That's the one thing I want to tell people. You don't have to do anything the same way someone else does it. You can be in the same industry as somebody and not follow or copy the exact style that they do. Be yourself. Be unique. The best thing about being you, there's only one. It sounds corny, but who the hell could be you better than you? Who could do what you do better than you? It's not a person breathing on this earth that could do that. So that's the key. And a lot of people get stuck trying to figure out what everyone else did, how they were successful. Be the most successful you that you could be. But there's definitely money in music. There's money in content creation. I mean, you can see the numbers. Numbers don't lie. We can pull up the numbers. We can run the numbers. We can see in real life what people are making. So to say that you can't make it and that you can only do it this way and the game is so messed up, that's the wrong. We got to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that this year. Definitely going to wash all that. And we're going to show examples too. That's another thing. We're going to show the examples of people doing things that's dope. Because we don't got to focus on the whack. Why are we focusing on what we don't want? Focus on what we want. Because you can only get to where you want to be by focusing on where you want to be. So you got to look at the things that you want visually, visualize them in your mind. I'm talking about when you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, when you just close your eyes for a second, visualize it. Get the pictures, get the videos. Look at things that you're looking for and stop looking for things you're not looking for, like drama, nonsense, all the negative things that some of us talk about. You got to get it out of your mind, got to get it out of your heart, get it out of your spirit, because your body is a system. It's a systematic thing. So if you continue to do the same things, then you're going to keep doing the same things systematically because your body's programmed. You know what I'm saying? You in that program and you stuck. So I definitely didn't like that message that he just put out.
Get this on, on our platform so we can support and build up the industry. Everybody wants to work with the people that get the most attention, but they forgetting about everybody else. So you think about it, there needs to be more of a show that gives everybody a chance. That's what The Basement was. That's what like Yo MTV Raps back in the day. These 106 in Park, right? It gave everybody a shot to get some shine. And that helped the industry. That made the industry stronger. But now what do you see? You see Drake, Kendrick at the top. You got J. Cole, okay, cool. But does he have the same impact as a Drake and Kendrick? Does he have the same impact to where people are going to always talk about him and get the attention? Now the rap game, the hip hop industry is more about attention than bars, than rapping. It's more about what is he wearing instead of what is he saying. That's the industry in a nutshell right now. People don't care what these people are saying in their raps. unless it's drama, unless it's beef. They don't
So
care
is
about
that different? I'm just wondering, is what he's saying, is it different now, or is that had that started already in the 2000s, in the early 2000s? Because from what I remember, people was worrying about what people was wearing back then as well. They was worrying about what people were saying back then as well. All the drama, all of that stuff. My era, I could really say I could blame my era for it. You know what I mean? Because they wasn't doing that in the 80s. I guarantee they wasn't doing that shit in the 80s. And it wasn't like as provocative. It wasn't as sexualized. These niggas was they was wearing kufis and stuff on their head. And they was singing sweet songs about nothing. That I didn't like that. But I'm saying I get it. It's positive now that I'm older. I understand it. I'm like, there was consciousness and good messaging, but I didn't grow up on that. I grew up in the 90s. Gangster rap, drugs, punchlines, sex, all of that. That's what we grew up in. So to sit here and say that it's changed now and it's so negative now, it's just overwhelming. I guarantee you the shit that I was listening to is worse than a lot of the shit that these kids hear now. Well, unless you're a drill rap fan. If you listen to drill rap, I ain't got nothing on you. I ain't got nothing on the drill rappers. I don't know how they consume that and they actually stay alive. Like, that's crazy. Well, they probably never mind. I'm gonna just stop talking about the drill rap. If you listen to drill rap, take a break. You need to go on a fast. I need you to take a fast, at least like take a week fast or something, man. Get your life together, meditate, listen to some frequencies, get outside and get some sun. Put that gun down, please.
the words. They care about, are you causing drama? Are you getting attention? If so, you can be on my show. Are you wearing Louis, or are you wearing Gucci, or you're Prada? Okay, cool. You look the part, you can come on my show. There's nobody out there that's just giving people the love and just saying, you know what, I'm gonna support the culture. I'm gonna put the culture first.
So the thing is, we got to do that, man. We got to do that. We got to be the ones to do that. You see, you got the late bloomers on the hat. I think that might be his brand or whatever. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to bring people on your show. Start it small. It don't got to be the biggest thing in the world. Just like we starting in our house, in our crib, and we get the studio later. We start working with people that's like us. You know what I mean? Not like us. that's all alike like us. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you build a bigger network. Numbers don't lie. So that's my method. That's what I've always done. I try to get around people that's similar to me. There's been moments where I had really good results from it. I got lifelong friends and family from a lot of the situations that I put together worldwide. We'll get into that at another time when I start bringing people on and we get our little interviews and we do some group chats and stuff like that. But y'all get into the comments, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this Jay-Z situation when it comes to all of this beefing and battle rap, and should the culture shift? Is it time finally? The guy that was a crack dealer, you know what I mean, who brags about it in front of white people, is that the guy that could change the game? Respectfully, like, crazy that he got songs named everything I'm saying. That's crazy. That's crazy work. If you know, you know. But y'all know what to do, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. I'm going to be back very, very often. Yeah, we building over here. So if you like what you saw, you like what you heard, if you learned something, just come back and let's get it going.